Such idiots. What up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. This is Tipsy Trainer, and I'm going to be drinking a White Claw.
Can you see my face through it?
No, super blurry. Katie's just drinking a bunch of water. So this is the show that is not really a show where we just hang out, we have a drink. It can get raunchy. No, not raunchy. What does it
You're
get?
sometimes pretty raunchy.
It gets not safe for children.
NSFW.
However, we're going to try and keep it PG-13 today, just in case, because I think there's some
Since
kids
when?
awake. Well, one of our members said, "Oh, my kids are here right here, but I want to watch it." So I said, "Well, we'll try."
Hell, you should put headphones on.
Oh,
Because I make no promises. I swear a lot.
Smart. Okay, so guys, please, if you can hear us, please drop a comment. Let us know, and let us know if you're having a drink. What are you having? As you can see, I am having my lime White Claw. I don't know why this camera's so shitty. Look at that.
It is shitty. It's a different camera than we usually
Yeah, our normal camera died, so we have to get a better one.
bit the dust.
Anyways, I have some good stuff for you today. Katie, apparently, hopefully, does as well.
Mine's
Yours? Oh, don't worry. I'll make up for it.
No.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to tell you about is I want to share my screen here. Check it out. So apparently, Chrome tab. Here we go. So in Iceland, they started testing what would happen if people would only work 4 days a week.
I heard this on the radio today.
And surprisingly, there was no drop in efficiency. Where's like the title? Okay, there it is. 4-day work week is a huge success in Iceland. Now, they did notice that that people were still working really hard, still doing really well. So efficiency didn't go down, but people's stress levels went down. They were a lot happier. Burnout went down, and because of that, they were just able to basically take.
I've heard that it's just been like amazing results and things.
Yeah, it's been so clear that in fact 86% of all the workers in Iceland now are only working 35 hours per week. So that's pretty cool. In general, for us here at Driven with our coaches and all that, it's kind of the same thing where like it doesn't matter how long things get you, how long it takes you to get things done. We're not going to be like, excuse me, you're at 35 hours this week. Why are you not? You should find something to do no, it doesn't matter. But so the question that I wanted to ask you was not, would you like a 35-hour work week? Because everybody would say, well, yes, I would, especially when there's no decrease in pay.
32 hours? Because if you take 8 hours off?
I guess. But I think some days are 9 hours because there's like a 1 hour lunch. I don't know. So the question that I brought to you was, if you could work less, make the same amount of money, work 5 hours less per week, make the same amount of money, but there was higher need for you to be on your A game, right? Like you can just imagine, like that's probably if you have a job where you only have to work, whatever, you get 3-day weekends every single week.
It's like if they were like, you have 3 days for this deadline, they would now be like, now you have 2 days for this deadline.
Yeah, so you'd have to be a little more
turn it out a little faster
on the under the gun. I just wonder, is that something that you'd prefer? How about you guys? Drop it in a comment.
Well, it depends on what kind of job you have. Because if you're just like if you work at like a restaurant or something like that, I feel like that wouldn't really apply. Like you would just get.
Well, you'd make less tips.
Yeah, I guess technically
because you're working less hours.
But yeah, I think I would say yes, because in my I'm kind of a hard person. Like I don't really work traditional hours, and I don't work. It's a full-time position, right? Unless you consider my kid. But like as far as my job's concerned, but I remember when I was an esthetician, the weekends always just were over before they started, right? Because I worked Fridays. I usually had Sunday, Mondays off. So it was like you'd have Saturday night, and then it was like Sunday.
That's it.
you're
Recover,
pretty much-
get ready.
Yeah, and then like Monday, you just like your day to get stuff
Yeah.
done. But yeah, it was.
I think it's good. So Adam says yes, hands down, and I think most people would say that, right? Like it's very hard. Actually, maybe the question should be: is there anybody here? Can you think of any downside to this?
Our son is watching.
What? How do you know?
He says, "Have you shown Katie the wiener meme? It's Alexi." Alexi, are you at camp?
How can?
How are you on Facebook?
How do you
right now?
have? Is that really Alexi? Do you have a wiener meme that he showed you, or what?
No, did he send you a wiener meme?
No, I don't think so.
Do we have another Alexi? Is it a different Alexi?
No, that's weird. Our son should
Go to
not
bed.
be. Our son should not be here. Son, get out of here. This is for grown-ups. You're only 13. So Adam says, with what I do, it would work, except for when I'm on call. So I guess I'm just wondering if you would take. Let's assume that there would be a little bit more pressure to do really well in your job, right? Whatever the goals are, the targets, the metrics, the numbers that you need to report, they would need to look just as good, but you'd only have 4 days to make that happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I feel like you would have, like, you'd be more refreshed to work because you've now had 3 full days.
So you'd be like ready to go and work hard.
Yes, it's me. I said, "Why are you calling your father Miguel?" What? This is so weird.
You should be in camp. You should not have
Yes,
phones.
it's me. Are you at your mom's or are you at camp? Message me. Get out of here.
My goodness. 13-year-olds, I tell you. All right. So Adam says, yeah, no worries. It just
How
means
is he seeing it?
it just means less YouTube and more music. Oh, because we're streaming onto YouTube as well.
Oh,
That's probably how.
Because like he's not in any of our support groups.
Probably. I don't know.
But he's on Facebook.
Weird.
It's his Facebook usage.
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess that's what it means. It means that because you'd be
Oh,
very
it's not our son. It's
Alexi Frederick's son.
I
Right.
knew it was a different Alexi. I was like, what?
You freaked us out, Alexi.
Sorry, Alexi.
Our son's name is Alexi too.
We were
so-
like, how are you seeing this? Why aren't you at camp? What's going on?
Okay, sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Ashlyn, how about you? You work for Driven. You work with us.
Really?
In case somebody else doesn't know, would you take, like, your goals being the same, your numbers being the same, all of that? Would you take a 4-day work week? I guess it'd be really hard to think of anybody that would say no. Like, if you ask me,
Maybe
if,
Natalie.
if you accomplish the same,
Natalie might say no. It's
yeah, it's so weird. I don't know. Can anybody think?
okay, Alexi.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Thank you for being here, Alexi. You don't need to go. Don't go to camp.
Yeah,
They're
you
gonna
can
be
say-
like, "What are you doing here? You didn't even pay for this."
Ashley says, are you offering?
Are you offering? Hey, if you can make it all happen in the same time, 100%. I think it would just be like nobody would say no. Joanna, what do you do? What do you do for work? Because I think it'd be hard to find someone that would say no, thank you. I'd rather have 5 days.
Yeah. But like, or if the choice was to have shorter work days. So say that. So say, do you want to work 4 days, 8-hour days, or do you want to work 5 days, but you're off at 3 every day?
Right. So here's how we make it happen. Ashley, no, I wouldn't have enough time to make this. Yeah. Fair enough.
Joanna
Oh,
works at a
yeah. Joe works at a bank.
Yeah.
That makes sense. 4 times 8 for Lori.
Yeah.
And the emotional recharge wouldn't be enough from day to day. Yeah, I 100% agree. All right. Awesome. That was my first one. How about you, Katie?
Okay, ready, guys?
Yep.
This one's going to be like, the people who know what I'm talking about are going to be super into it, and the people that don't know aren't probably going to give a shit.
Man, this is always the way it goes with Katie,
Are
guys.
you guys ready for this
If you don't like Backstreet Boys, you're screwed.
Hashtag free Britney.
Oh, hey, I know what's going on.
So, for those of you who don't know what's going on, Britney Spears, I'll do the very, very quick version. So Britney Spears, if you guys remember, back in the day, had a very public breakdown. Careful, don't. Very public breakdown. Shaved her head, attacked her ex-husband's car with an umbrella, So they placed her under a
Sounds like an ex-girlfriend of mine.
A conservatorship.
What does that mean?
Basically, her dad is in charge of everything. She's basically a minor, is the way that I kind of see it. So he controls every aspect. He controls her money. He controls her, like, everything, to the point where, like, he controls the fact that he made her get an IUD, and she had to get an IUD to not have babies. He didn't want her to have any more babies. So for the last 13 years, I believe, she
needs to agree to that, I assume.
Well, when you're under mental duress, you can't, right? So she was having a breakdown. So they, like, I don't know if she saw a psychiatrist and the psychiatrist suggested it, but somebody put her under her father's concern.
Okay.
So anyway, so for the last 13 years, she has literally been forced to work whenever her dad wants her to work. She's been forced to not have babies. She wanted to have more babies. She was not allowed to. Like, so her dad's controlled literally every aspect of her life. And she's tried to challenge it a couple times and nothing's really happened. And then just recently, a few days ago, they had another huge court trial where she was like, I want my life back, right? And as far as I know, they went, nope.
They said no.
And I guess, like, her family's come out. I'm not sure her mom's stance, but I've seen, like, her brother and her sister have both been like, yeah, we think it's good for the family that he's doing this. Like, she can't spend her money where she wants to spend it. Like, she can't do anything. And yeah, so everybody is hashtag free Britney. Like, people are
So, but like, what's the?
I wanted to know people's, like, are you interested in free Britney? Are you following the free Britney? Like, do you, like, this has been a thing since I was little. Like, I loved Britney Spears when I was 10 and 11, and then, like, as I got older and, like, realizing, like, what was going on with her after she had her mental breakdown and stuff, and, like, I remember, like, it was like a big conspiracy where we didn't know, like, I don't think they came out and said she was under her father's, like, kind of thing. And I remember people being like, she's trying to tell us things, and they'd be like, wear yellow in your video if you can't, and then her next video she'd be wearing yellow. It's anyway, but so some of it's, like, very conspiracy. But, like, what do you guys think in that kind of scenario that somebody has that? Like, I think it needed to happen, but now, like, doesn't she, like, I don't see what it is.
Under which grounds would they say no, sorry?
That's what I don't get, because, like, she spoke, they released her statement and stuff, and she was so well spoken, and it was beautiful, and it was emotional, and it wasn't like, it didn't sound like a crazy person, like, sorry for lack of a better proper term, but, like, it didn't sound like somebody who was mentally ill. Like, it literally was just her being like, I want my life back. I want to be able to do the things I want to do. And I want to, like, people were showing different clips of her, like, in Vegas. She was forced to do her Vegas residency. She didn't want to do that. And she's crying in a lot of shows. And it seems like, oh, it's emotional because it's ending, but it's, like, literally her just being so relieved that she isn't being forced to do this. And she said that she will not, as long as she's under this, she will not release new music. She will not, like, do anything like that. And even though she loves it, she's like,
well, doesn't she not have a choice? Like, can the dad be like?
I think that there's maybe she got a little bit of her freedom back because she has been able to just, like, say no to certain things.
Yeah,
but,
I
like,
guess,
but he can't, like, make her sing. He can't be like, right?
Okay, so to bring your story around, because, like, if you just say, "Are you interested?" That's pretty.
Well, people are saying, like, people are like, they.
But I guess it. You know who else I felt sorry for as well? Justin Bieber. I didn't know enough about him. Just made fun of him, like, probably most people did at some point, or, like, he was like a joke or whatever. And then he put out a song where he was like, "You don't know me. I'm just a person." And yeah, of course, they make crazy amounts of money, and it's easy to just think of them as
can you think about
not.
Remember when you were 15? Can you imagine if you were on camera? Oh my God. I just posted a picture of me recently. I'm 14 or 15 on my Instagram, and I am so emoed out. And I just think about that period of my life. And if I had been in the public eye, and if I had money and power and people that were just like, yes, sir, whatever you want, that would have been an awful time for a lot of people.
I saw that people showed up to his house, and he was like, "No, guys, come on, this is not cool." Like, and somebody was like, "No, I totally get it, I understand, but can you please give me a hug?" And he was like, "No, I'm sorry, this is not okay."
Well, and, like, when he got married, because there was so many people that were so obsessed with him and Selena Gomez, that when he got together with Hailey Baldwin, everybody was, like, sending her death threats and being like, you're meant to be with Selena, and, like, why would you ever do, and, like, horrifying things, like, and he would say, like, it was ruining, like, his wife's life, like, she was just, they were in love and they wanted to be together, and it was just a constant barrage.
Okay, so what does this teach us?
Well,
have you heard her real voice?
Yes.
I haven't.
So Britney has, like, a very deep voice, And there's this again is a lot of when I went.
It's not like days.
No, so she sings like that shows. There's like videos you can watch on Star Search of her as like a 10-year-old singing, and her voice is so deep and it's so powerful. I was gonna try to sing in a deep voice, and I realized I couldn't. And they've said that they've shown like videos of her. She posts videos of her sped up singing, and it sounds normal because she sings in a lower voice, but they won't let her. They wanted her to sing in this, oh yeah, like Britney Spears, like high pitched pop voice.
Yeah. So
yes, Amanda Bynes,
child stars. It's so messed up.
Amanda Bynes lost it and said she wanted Drake to murder
So I
her
think
vagina.
if anything, she said she wanted to murder her vagina.
She said she wanted Drake to murder her vagina. Actually, she's been shown in afterwards, like after she kind of got out of the treatment and stuff. They were like, so like, what did you mean by that? She's like, I meant I wanted Drake to murder my vagina. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
What does Michelle
so Michelle says, I don't agree with it, but me being a full adult with no parents teaching me life skills such as managing money, etc., I see both sides. She needs to take some money management courses, etc., to set her up with success. So she needs to be independent.
But I feel like that could be like, she can hire an accountant, or she can hire, you know what I mean? Like there can be somebody, but it's like the fact that he still has complete control over everything.
Right. The kid from Home Alone divorced his parents. Yeah. That would be tough, man.
I wonder like how much access her family has from the money. Cause like, as far as I know, her sister's like washed up, like nobody, like she doesn't do anything anymore. And she was famous for a while, and now nobody cares who she is.
Okay.
Same, her brother was never famous, and her parents. So I wonder if they have access or get some of their money.
Here's what we can learn from all of this. It's as removed as they may seem from regular good old people like us. They're human, and sometimes some of the shit that they go through is messed up. Yeah. It's so easy for us to, like, I've done this all the time, to be like, oh well, fuck, if I was making millions and millions, like that just comes with the territory or whatever. But like, that's the whole thing about being empathetic, right? Like being empathetic with somebody whose point of view you cannot understand. I think that's when true empathy can happen.
People forget that they're actually humans, that they're not like a person playing a part of a celebrity, right? Like, because when you watch a movie and there's a celebrity in the movie, that's a person playing a part, but then we forget that they actually have normal lives too, right? Like Lori says, we don't have that kind of control over our own adult children. Yeah, like my mom, I'm bad with money. My mom's not waltzing in here taking control, but like, it's not even the money part of it. It's all of it. Like he has control of her life. So it's like, to me,
an IUD. Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Right? Like that's wild. Like, I just feel like, and the money amplifies. Yeah. Like, she's probably arguably one of the most famous people in the entire world, right? Yeah. And so anytime that
how old is she?
She's like a little 40? Older than me. No, I think she's like 38. She's just a little bit older.
Man, hopefully she gets her like own independence back. She can maybe prove to the court, right? Like, I've done therapy. I've got whatever courses. I'm not gonna have 15 children and abandon them or like drug them, and then she can make a comeback. That'd be cool.
Oh my god, I would be so excited if she released an album. Like, she doesn't even have to tour or anything.
All right,
but just
awesome. Thank you. That was a good one.
I know.
So guys, before we move on, I want to share a little something with you.
Hold on. But Britney Spears, I've seen some posts on her IG account. I feel like something's still not right with her, but she needs to learn life skill. I can't read it when you close. Get out of here. Anyway, so you're just complete. Rude. This is what I love with guys. He just like decides he's done.
I was like,
no, I'm really annoyed. I'm gonna try not to be. Did not ruin this. But I hate it when you do that.
Well, baby, this is triggered. Yeah.
No, it's
cold.
Rude.
I know, but I would really want to show this, and it takes me a while. I can't just like. It takes like 10 clicks to get there. All right, guys. So check this out. I want to show you this, and this is important. We are about to make a donation in Mexico. Check this out. This is 27 seconds. That's my brother. That's my dad.
I didn't even recognize you.
That's my mom. And what they're carrying is a whole bunch of food that we're going to donate. This literally happened 2 days ago.
Yay. Oh, muy fuerte.
Muy fuerte. So you can see my family here. We're going to feed 100 families. And we want to ask for your help. So we literally, I just want, I mean, you may know that I'm from Mexico, and I wanted to make sure that, like, I wanted to help some people down there, but you know, you never know if you put money somewhere like this, it all make it to like people that really need it. And so that's exactly what we're doing. I just contacted my family and I said, hey, if I send you some money, can you buy it? Can you literally put it in people's hands? And we've done that several times now. We're doing it again on this Saturday. If you would like to help us, it would be really appreciated. Literally anything that you can contribute would go a long way. I've just posted here in the comments the link to donate, and anything can help, guys.
You should find something else in GoFundMe because they take a percentage.
Yeah, but I just figured, you know, I'll cover that, and then so anyways, guys, okay, so that is that. If you can't find the link, I'll put it in the comments afterwards.
It's really cool. Miguel's gotten a few videos from them of people receiving them, and obviously we can't always share all that for privacy reasons.
Just so you know,
cool.
So each one of those boxes goes to one family, and that costs 300 pesos, which is about 15 Canadian dollars, and that can make a big difference for a family down there, right? As you can see in that picture that I put in my video, like people are literally walking around without shoes or anything like that. So, yeah,
like the houses that are in the area that they go to that don't have doors, stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool that they get to help out. Okay, so now wait. I think this is gonna make it up. I'll allow it.
So thank you. So check this out. I loved this one, and I'm gonna show you.
Seeing your family made
I knew you'd be okay. All right. So, man, you got to love a good story. This lady came to the US with $300, and now she is the NASA director for the Mars rover.
Yeah, girl.
Get this. She just, you know, saw on TV what, you know, astronauts and shit like that. And she was like,
say that again?
That would be awesome. Listen, stop making fun of immigrants.
I'm not making fun of you at all.
That's so intolerant.
I liked the way you said it, and I wanted to hear you say it.
Well, no. Anyways, at 17 years old, her dad was like, you want to work in the space industry, I guess? What? My
stabbing me with your donut.
And so she came to the States. She came to live with her aunt, and then literally $300. She, get this, cleaned bathrooms and cleaned houses to pay her way through school.
That's cool.
Halfway through it, somebody was like, hey, you're really talented. You really work hard in school. She got amazing grades.
Where was
She's
she
like,
from? Colombia?
Yeah, Colombia. She was like, I never thought about, oh man, look at me cleaning toilets or anything like that. Like I literally just thought this is an opportunity and I got to make the most out of it. And she is now like the head honcho of Mars rover. And she's super young.
So cool. She looks young.
I know. Yeah. She's like younger than me. So she's 38. So that's super, super cool. And I guess there's not so much a question with this, but I just wanted to pinpoint or to point out how amazing it is when you can have a little bit of perspective, right? She was literally cleaning toilets to put herself through school, and in an industry that is usually predominantly men, and she just absolutely rocks it. Look how young she is, and she's manning that. Like she's
so cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. So okay, so my question for you guys is, what woman like that do you have that you really admire?
Like, what do you mean?
Besides Brittany, I guess. Like who can you think of?
Like, in your life? Like
no,
that you personally
like
know?
Yeah, anybody out there. Drop any like badass women that you are like, yeah, man, she's a beast. Yeah, but you can't say myself.
Whatever, I am impressed with myself. Well, you know what? I feel like there's different things for different, like, for example, without getting too much into it, my mom's somebody that I really think is super inspiring because of her background. My mom had a very not awesome childhood, and she's somebody who came out of it an amazing person, a strong person. Not only that, like the sweetest woman you've ever met in your life, and raised 3 awesome children who are raising awesome grandkids. And so like that's the kind of thing that I think is really, I just think that's really cool. Like circumstances changing your own, which I mean, I think is comparable, like the whole changing your circumstance thing, because there's so many people that go down really horrible paths, and they say because I didn't have
really
those
bad
experiences or something
childhood or something like that. Yeah.
So I think the having the ability of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else? Drop the names of any, or you can just say, "Hey, my mom," or
I feel like
don't say your mom if it's not your mom, but like
all the coaches at the gym, and they all have some pretty amazing stories.
give me one.
What do you mean, give me one?
Give me one person that like to you.
I just did. My mom.
Besides your mom, that's like if somebody asks me, "Hey, who's the most beautiful woman in the world?" My wife. Give me a second one. Fuck.
Jane Goodall always impressed me. Now Greta.
Oh, who's that? Who's that?
You know who Jane Goodall is?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I failed.
I'm an immigrant.
As an animal lover. She's the most famous person for studying gorillas. She Gorillas in the Mist.
Okay.
She lived with gorillas, and she's done the most research, and she's discovered all these things about gorillas.
Oh, cool.
She's from England. She's incredible. She's like the female Steve Irwin. Like she's really cool.
And how come you're not more into her?
I don't like monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind gorillas. I liked her a lot when I was younger, but I'm just not a big monkey person.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of freak me out.
Interesting. All right. So nobody else.
Nobody else.
Nobody else.
Nobody likes women. That's okay. Just kidding.
Come on, guys. Well, okay. So here's something interesting. I was having a meeting with Natalie last week.
Natalie.
Natalie's our manager.
That's a woman that I'm severe. Natalie is 33 years old.
Yeah.
And is a full-blown lawyer. Like fully has a bachelor and an undergrad. She is very, very smart.
And you admire her because she's smart?
Yeah, and she's very driven. Like she's one of those people that's like, I want to do this, I'm gonna do it, does it. And like she's just like, she's probably one of the most like consistent and like rock steady people I've met, where she's just like, this is what she wants to do, she's gonna do it.
She's an A player for sure.
She's very
she's an A player. Like she goes through school, becomes a lawyer, and then she goes, you know what, fuck this, I don't like it, and she quits. And in 2019, I put an ad out to say, hey, I need an assistant. And she's like, and I literally made that job sound like you'd be working for the devil. Like I'm the worst. I have the highest expectations. And she applies. And of course I'm like, okay, you're hired. And now she basically runs the whole thing.
Yeah. So there's some more here. Stephanie said, my Oma, she was a strong woman, caring,
Oma's
kind.
grandma?
Yeah. And understanding, and Emily Dickinson, the author, and Carol Burnett, who is a comedian, strong, funny, beautiful, and smart. Also, I can't believe I didn't think of this. Carrie Fisher. I am a huge Carrie Fisher fan. I think I like Carrie Fisher, obviously, because she's a movie star or whatever. But I read her books, and I always loved her story. And I like that she dealt with addiction, and that she was very open about her battles with addiction, and that she was still a great mother to her daughter. And that I think it's so like the stories of her, because her mom was also Debbie Reynolds, who was incredibly famous, and her dad was famous, and they had a very famous breakup with Liza Minnelli in there and stuff. So I just think that she was so funny, and she was so unapologetic, and she was so good at like being like, yes, I'm allowed to be here, and I'm allowed to be funny, and I'm allowed to be talented, and I'm allowed to be a woman.
Yeah.
And I just really always respect
that.
She like, so I have her face on my body.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Your turn.
You never gave one.
Well,
just say me. My wife.
Diana Trujillo, who takes care of the Mars rover. No, okay. Well, here's what I was saying. We realized that if you look at Driven and our whole team, we are 11 people. Only 3 of us, including me, are men. 3 out of 11. And so me being the idiot that I am, I looked at Natalie and I said, "Oh, do we have a sexist culture around here?" And of course she was like, "That's not funny." And I was like, but you know what? It really like, we obviously never make a decision by like, well, we got to meet this quota or anything like that. It's just that straight up, these have been the best people we've found. Period. End of story. Like, so if you really look at my life, I am literally surrounded by women, and like,
which is, you know what, it's interesting too, because really this industry is a male dominated industry too.
Like trainers.
Yeah,
and
personal
coaches?
trainers, gyms, all that kind of thing. It's, I think.
Yeah, I guess.
I think maybe it's slowly changing, but I think previously
there's a lot of female trainers.
I'm not saying there's not a lot, but I feel like traditionally it's always been a more male dominated field.
Right. Yeah. Anyways.
So my question, actually, my next one kind of goes hand in hand into kind of what we've been discussing a little bit. Because I always love this question. I feel like it says a lot about who people are. So this is like, you guys have to answer this, or else this is completely pointless, this whole section here. So I need your I need your input, guys.
Well, what if I answer?
So
is that not good enough?
No. So I wanted to ask you guys. So you probably have been asked this question before, but if you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be? However, I like to twist it a little bit. Not family or friends.
Oh.
So it's celebrity. So I should have just said celebrity. Who is this celebrity, dead or alive, that you want to have dinner with?
See what I just did? I was like, come on, of course. Oh my God, I'm
there's
terrible.
lots of people who have lost someone close to them that's who they pick, obviously.
Okay,
so, but I mean, like a famous person, a celebrity, somebody you haven't met before. Maybe they're not super famous in this media,
I know who it would be for me, but I don't know that I would walk out of it with anything good.
Let me see if I can guess.
You will guess.
Arnold?
Oh shit. Arnold would actually top that.
I know you better.
That's actually better. That's actually better.
Who were you going to say, Louis Miguel?
No.
Oh.
I was going to say fuck him, but no, not fuck him. I love his songs. I love his music. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because he's vegan too. Dusty, that's why you would do it. He I think he went vegan, yeah.
Oh, I love him for that.
You know what? I love Arnold, man. I think, the one celebrity that when they die, I'm going to be sad. I don't know if I'll cry, but it'll be Arnold.
Yeah.
Maybe Sylvester too.
Lori says the Dalai Lama.
Oh,
he's freaking hilarious and awesome.
Yeah, the Dalai Lama.
You never told us who yours was. Who were you going to
pick? I was thinking Elon Musk. And look, there's parts about him that I admire, and there's parts that I don't, right?
Yeah.
Like they say he's an absolute asshole, and he like Natalie has a family member or something that worked with him, and apparently he's not a very nice person.
I've heard that a lot.
Like literally goes in rampages and like yells at people and calls them names in front of everybody else. Like I don't admire that. But man, his brain just is in another dimension. Anyways, but no, I would want to meet Arnold, and I would hug him. It'd be weird. He'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why are you touching me?
Why are you touching me? Get away from me.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, Dwayne Johnson. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's what would be hard to like. It'd be hard to be like.
What would you ask them?
Princess Diana.
What would you ask them?
And the Princess Diana.
Who would you have dinner with? Your Australian dude.
Yeah, I think Steve Irwin would be.
What would you ask him?
Everything. I wouldn't even ask. I would just be like, tell me everything you want to tell me. Like, if you ever watch videos of him where he's just speaking about like his children and stuff, like I could listen to that man talk about literally anything. He was the most kind, caring, generous person. Like, to hear like the way he talks about animals and the way he talks about his family. Like, when you like listen to him talk about his wife, like he gets emotional just explaining how they met and how much, and like that woman will never remarry because like they were soulmates. Come on. No, she's straight up like, he's been dead for how long? Like over 10 years. She's never even gone on a date. She's like, I will not be with anybody else. Like, he was my soulmate. He was who I was supposed to be with. Anyway, Not that, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her. She would redate. I think she should. But anyway, but obviously that's her call. But but you know what? I feel
you need to. Here's the problem. If we actually met these people, guys, we would need to be good conversationalists.
No, I would just be like, tell me.
Because they would be like, well, I don't know you.
No, have you ever seen? If you've ever seen anything, Steve Irwin wouldn't even give a shit. He'd be like, right, let's go. So, and he would go on, like, you don't need to engage. He's not going to sit there and be like, he's so
what do you want to
engaging.
Oh, really?
He would just be like, I'd be like, tell me everything you want to tell me. And he would just go off and like, I just think that he would be incredible.
Monique says, Mindy Kaling.
I love Mindy Kaling.
But this is just from the moment answer, because I'm rewatching the Mindy Project, but I love her style. She's a successful woman of color and a mom. Plus, she's hilarious.
Mindy Kaling, she's awesome because she actually plays. So she was, what's her name on The Office?
She was in The Office.
Anyway, so she was, so she's been in a bunch of shows, and she usually plays a dumb character, right? She usually plays like an airhead or a ditz. She's incredibly intelligent. She has been a writer on so many of these shows that people don't even know she's a writer for. She was a writer on The Office. She was a writer on, obviously, the Mindy Project, a bunch of other things too, a bunch of movies. She has a bunch of completely uncredited writing things, and she's brilliant and like quite like underestimated. Anyway, she does a lot for, like people of color and women, like women's rights and stuff. She always talks about that kind of thing. She's really big on promoting it and promoting like smaller creators and stuff like that. She's Kelly was her name on The Office, right? Nobody said that. I just remembered it.
Wow.
But yeah, so I think she's really cool.
See what I just made fun of you. Remember? Oh wow, you remembered by yourself. Nobody said it, but you remember. Wow. Okay, Lori, what would you ask the Dalai Lama? Dusty, what would you ask Arnold? Joe, what would you ask Princess Diana?
See, Princess Diana is another one. I would just be like, tell me everything. Like, just tell me a bunch of stuff. I just thought of an awful one, but for I can't say it. I'm gonna get hate if I say it.
Say it.
It's a murder victim, so I could find out who murdered them. It's like, I would say arguably the most famous murder victim of all time.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's dark AF.
It is dark, but that's
because what would you do? What would you do?
I would avenge them.
Yeah, right. Katie.
I would turn them into the police.
Katie has an issue being the one that calls when we order a pizza. If we are driving to Papa's Burgers, which if you haven't, you should go.
Yes.
Literally. Tell them I sent you. Katie gets in a pissy mood if I ask her to make the phone call while I'm driving. She's like, why do I have to do it?
Last time I didn't
she doesn't.
even
I know. But I was like, what's the date? So, yeah, you would avenge them. You would avenge them.
I've been on my A game last week. Have I not? Think about it.
Yeah, you've been on your A game. Yeah, you've done well, baby.
I would ask Arnold about his political life and his ideas for the future. Man, I hope before he dies that Arnold runs for president because I'm in.
I know, I wish. I don't think that he would. Like, if you look at it, really has to come with a huge sense of hopeful. You would think, like from him or from The Rock, it would need to come from just honestly being like, man, if I don't, like, somebody has to do this, somebody has to fix this, and I don't want to, but I guess I have to. Hey, The Rock said he would run.
I'm in.
You can't be in because you're not
get dual citizenship
just to
vote.
Be
able to vote for The Rock.
All right. Is that it for that?
Yep.
Okay. I have one more, and I just thought this would be kind of fun. I know I know what Katie's going to say. So this is
I love debunking and debunking
myths
my favorite.
That everybody tends to think they're real, right? Like things that we have just accepted as we all know that's the case.
Before we move on, Lori just we have this tabletop game, and one of the questions is, would you rather be grounded or spanked? And that's a good conversation to start and have to loosen things up, then to deep business, how to find forgiveness. That's actually a really good, I feel like that's a good representation comment. Like, would you rather just get spanked, it's done, now you move on, or would you rather have to be grounded I think I'd rather be spanked. Just
You
get it
have
over
never
with.
been spanked by my father.
Yeah, I don't want to get whipped with a belt.
Yeah.
I mean, just like a, and it's
No.
over.
No.
I think I was spanked once.
Spanked with the hand is for amateurs. my dad was a pro. He only swung once. You did not hang around to potentially see a second one. You were gone like the road runner after the first one.
I think it's funny that Miguel didn't know that he could run until his brother told him to run. Miguel used to just stand there and take it. And then Lalo was like, run, you son of a bitch.
Lalo would always run.
Yeah.
And I would not, because I was like, they're going to get mad and then it's going to be worse after.
But then you learned.
And hey, like, and I don't know, hey, in Mexico, this is like 98% of people my age got it and got it good.
My favorite part about it is if you know Miguel's parents now, like they
you would
worship
never,
the ground he walks on. Their grandkids are like literal angels on earth to them. They will do like Alexia will be like, I'm hungry at like 2 a.m. and his grandma will be at the store.
My mom went to the store at some ungodly time to buy him ketchup.
No, spaghetti.
Or spaghetti, because he wanted spaghetti
and they didn't have it in the house, so she went.
But that was the way, man. That's how. Yep.
That's so funny.
Anyways, that's a great way to start a conversation, Lori. Violence is never good. I agree. Okay, so here's I want to share this with you guys.
I love stuff like this.
So get this. So there's 10 that have already been. So most of your heat escapes from your head. Yeah. Apparently, wrong. 10% of it. Interesting. Rude. Goldfish only remember things a few seconds.
Yeah, that's not true.
As much as 3 months, they'll remember. If a penny were dropped from New York.
One, I like this one. I knew this. I recently found about the whole, like, you only use 10% of your brain.
Yeah. The color red sends bulls into a rage. Wrong. Contact lenses can get lost behind your eye. Wrong.
Yes, it can. I've had it happen to me.
Well,
as well as freezing in your eye and cold weather. 10% of respondents believe it's possible for contact lenses to get lodged behind the eyeball.
Scientific impossibility, Katie.
That is not true.
Scientific.
I have had them get stuck behind my eyes, and I've had to work it out. And there was
scientific.
No, that's wrong.
Impossibility.
Like maybe not permanently.
Scientific.
No, I dispute. I've had it happen to me.
Baby.
I have had my contacts get
lost
behind my eyes.
Do you know what?
Well, I mean, what do they mean by law? Because obviously, there's your optic nerve behind your eye. It can't
this is the woman that thought that flat earthers had a pretty good thing going.
English. Flat earthers.
That's what I said.
Barely.
See, making fun of the immigrant.
I'm not making fun of
the immigrant.
Stating a fact.
How rude, Genevieve. If you're here. Your kids don't need to listen to this abuse.
I'm not.
This is intolerance at its best.
I was just clarifying because it wasn't clear what you said.
How rude.
That's not rude.
Well, it's racist.
It is not racist.
Anyways, can you please let me move along here with my little article? Thank you. Okay, so myths. There's a reason why they're called myths. Number 1, chameleons change color to blend with their surroundings.
I knew that. I had 2.
Sugar causes hyperactivity in children.
Of course it does. Well, maybe not hyperactivity, but it gives you a sugar rush. Is that different?
I don't know, but over a dozen large studies have not shown the case. You should pee if you get stung by a jellyfish.
Yeah, I knew that.
Wrong. It'll make it worse. Bats are blind.
They're not blind.
Wrong.
They have poor vision.
Actually, they have small eyes with very sensitive vision, which helps them see in conditions you might consider pitch dark.
Oh my God, I'm going to punch you in the wiener.
Punch me at the end when this call is over, because otherwise you're going to be a racist and an abuser. Number 5, you'll get cramps if you go swimming after you eat. Man, my parents got me with this one.
Oh, your sister.
So good.
This next one, your sister's.
My mom and dad, I'm looking at you.
Megan's favorite color isn't gray.
Wait. Okay, so let's see this. Right. So my sister asked us yesterday, what's my dog's favorite color? And we were like, I don't know.
Pink?
She said gray. And that's because dogs only see in black and white. Actually,
they see colors.
They see colors. They're just not as bright. Are we blowing your mind right now? Is this like the best content the internet today?
Whoever wrote this article, I do not agree with some of these.
Katie.
If you touch a baby bird with your hands, its mother will reject it. It can.
False.
If the mother thinks it's in danger or the baby's going to be killed, the mother will not sacrifice itself.
Oh, you mean if the bird?
So if it thinks that the baby is in a situation,
but when you leave,
humans,
it'll be back and it'll take care of it.
Not if it pieces out. If you've been there long enough.
Katie, take it up with the scientists behind this article.
I knew that wasn't true. I asked Alfredo.
And going out in the cold will give you a cold.
Also, shaving your hair does not make it grow back thicker. I know that. What it is it cuts it at the thickest part. That's
Bullshit.
why it looks thicker.
Bullshit. I literally said, hey, we should get Alexi, my son, not you, Alexi.
It'll appear thicker because it cuts it at the thickest point. That's why, yes.
Katie loves to do this. I literally said, I should get him to start shaving. And you said, why? And I said, because you can see the little dark patches here. And you said, but won't it come out thicker?
That is not what I did not say. Will it come out thicker? You're
okay.
Bold-faced lying. I said, it's going to come in. It's going to look darker.
Oh, okay.
Because it does. Miguel, that was my line of work for 8 years. You don't think I don't know this shit?
I don't know. Lynn. Steph is look at Steph. Steph knows what's up.
Steph
just dropped it like that. Did we lose any flat earthers off the edge?
Social distancing situation. Listen, can I explain that for a minute?
No. Those are myths.
No, I watched a video on it, and I just said that I see how they had convincing arguments. I know the Earth is round, but I'm just saying a couple times I was like, I see what they're saying.
Oh my God. Okay, that's it for me.
No, I have one more. Okay.
That's not for me. I thank you. I hope that. No. My question was, what myths did you believe until recently? Okay, I know you have one.
There's two that I don't know if this is,
my God.
I don't know. One's not really a myth, but the myth that it's illegal to have your car light on, that I fully believe. To this day, it bothers me. I can't stand it when Miguel turns the light on in the car when we're driving. I'm like, turn it off. It's a distraction to other drivers. It's illegal. That's not true. It is not illegal to drive with your interior light on. But the other thing I fully believed till
guys, if you believed any myths, drop them in the comments, please.
My mom, when I was little, I was very afraid of thunder, like thunder and lightning. And so my mom told me that thunder was just the clouds crashing together. And I believed that till I was like 22. And I was at a party and then the thunder was and everyone's like, we should go inside. And I was like, it can't hurt you. And they were
my God.
No, they're like, yeah, no, thunder can't. And I was like, yeah, it's just. And then as I was saying it, I was like, oh my God. And my friends were like, what? And I was like, nothing. And my one friend was like, what did you say? And I was like, I literally was about to say thunder's clouds crashing together. And because I never thought about it until I was saying it. And then I was like, oh my God, no, it's not.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. So you guys, was there any myths that your parents had you believe?
I think if there's any other ones. I still throw salt over I'm superstitious. Superstitious? Not superstitious, I'm a little stitious. I throw it over my shoulder if I spill salt.
Let's see, Lori. She says, Mom always told us if we unscrew our belly button, our bum would fall off.
How do you unscrew your belly button?
Maybe if you're like poking around in there, like that's. Maybe. It's weird. Like, why would parents tell us these things?
Well, I think it's to make
like just to like, I guess it's like.
Well, the same way that literally if our daughter like doesn't want to wipe her butt, like she doesn't want to wipe herself. She does now, but she went through a stage where she did not want to wipe after going pee. And we told her we call it a ranita, and we told her it would fall off. And she didn't wipe it.
Ranita means little frog in Spanish.
So that's what we call it.
And for some reason.
Don't worry, for anybody that we do, she knows what a vagina is. They say it's important that kids know the names. Why would they worry? Because it's a big thing nowadays where they say you don't make funny and cute names for that because then it can get lost in translation. But she knows it's a vagina. Anyway, but yeah, so we're like, if you wipe it or it's going to fall off. Because to make her wipe it, you have to instill a little fear there because she wouldn't do it. Anyway, she didn't believe us, but she does it now. So.
Oh my God. Yeah. I guess it is entertaining. Like, and you know, now she's 5 and now she'll look at me and she'll be like, Dad, are you making things up?
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, go do it, please.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. But yeah, I think there's certain things that are kind of put in place to almost keep us safe too, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're a little bit like, this is one that this isn't really a myth, but my parents, I don't know why, if I stood in front of the fridge too long, my parents would be like, "Close the fridge, the penguins are coming," and I would panic and like I don't know why I was afraid of penguins. I wasn't. I love penguins, but for some reason, my dad being like, "Penguins are coming," I would like slam the fridge door and like be like, "Shit."
It's so weird.
Yeah, and my grandma used to say that you can't look at yourself too long in the mirror, or else the devil will look back at you. And so, like,
I bet that still scares you right now. I knew it.
I'm not religious. I don't believe in the devil, but first, I'm superstitious about weird shit. And yeah, there's certain things like
Yeah,
that.
get that. Katie doesn't believe in like heaven or hell, but
I'm superstitious.
ask her to go and like say
Never.
Bloody
Don't
Mary
even say it.
in front of the
But
mirror.
that doesn't have anything to do with the devil or God. I will not say
okay,
it.
well, do you think that if demons exist, the devil doesn't?
I don't think demons exist. But I
So
don't.
what's okay? Then say it right now.
No, I won't. I will not.
You're such a loser, babe.
And I've had people try to lock me in dark bathrooms to do it, and I freak out.
Okay, just so you know, I'm going to say this right now in national.
No, you put this.
No, calm down.
Oh.
What I was going to say is that I've seriously considered and obviously decided against just like grabbing you and like saying it. No, Katie, you can't. Whenever I pin you, you're done for.
But I'm not trying to hurt you. I will hurt you to get away.
Do you think
we're not
you can hurt
children?
me?
You don't think that I'm...
Do you think you can hurt me in
Heather
less time?
I'm terrified of it in BM too. So.
In less time that it will take me to say Bloody Mary 3 times?
The water's supposed to be running.
Oh, tell me more, please, because I didn't know that.
There's another part of it that always freaked me out even more, to the point, this is another thing. When I was little, so I think I've told this story on here before. When I was little, we had like a basement with a wet bar. So like we had my parents at the back of our basement had a full bar with like a full setup. And I used to go downstairs and have to turn off the lights, and the light switch wasn't near the stairs. So I would have to turn off the lights and run, or I'd have to go down the stairs and run to the lights. And I was convinced till I was about 10 that there was gremlins that lived behind the bar. So I had to get upstairs as quickly as possible.
Right.
And then at some point I was like, listen, they live in this house with me. They must know who I am. So I would be like, it's just me, guys. And I would like force myself to walk to the...
You would announce yourself to the gremlins in the basement.
It's just me, gremlins.
How old were you?
Like 8.
Oh.
Like 8 to 10 is when I was transitioning out of the fear of gremlins. And then eventually I realized that there was none. But yeah, I think it was I don't remember like if it was gremlins like Gizmo and like the gremlins, but
listen, it's 9:22, which means do you have one more or that's it?
I did, but it was just about movie and book adaptations. I was just gonna
maybe we can use it for next time.
Maybe. But yeah,
guys, this was a lot of fun. Again, please, if you want to support our GoFundMe, it literally goes there, like all of it. I have here. I'll share this with you. The link, you should now see the link in the at the very top of this video. It's that right there, and it all goes there. So that's awesome.
And if you guys want to emotionally support me, because my husband's rude and kind of a bully, I would appreciate that too.
How can they support you?
Send messages of support. Say I'm funnier than him, and
you don't need to support me. I'm good. My wife is like getting all the gold stars this week, so I'm good.
It's been about 2 weeks.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hey, we didn't swear.
I did. I'm sure I did.
I don't think we did.
Well, fuck.
Oh my God. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. We love your faces. See you soon. Bye.